Susanna built the house, but she didn't live here. She stayed here in that room there that we're gonna call the ranch room, but she lived in Pasadena, all right? The piano, original, 1930 on, that piano was here. We've had it tuned. The furniture is of the era, except for the piano. Then Susanna built that home, mansion, library, a fireproof library up on the hill, right? If you stand at this door and look up, you can see that. The high school was modeled after her home, her assembly hall. The Yorbas owned over 6,000 acres from here to Puente. They sold 600 to Susanna Bixby Bryant. They put cattle and sheep on the ranch. This wall here is the Yorba family. This dress was worn by Costancia in her much younger years after she got married. It was her going away dress. So the thing that's interesting in here, and then otherwise you could come in and look at things, is the hair wreath. It's people's hair that the women then saved hair out of their hairbrush, and they made this wreath. And they have them in a lot of museums. You'll see hair wreaths. Okay, Boisharank he was from the Yorba Linda in the Water District. He had this rock collection he gave us. The Indians were Gabrielino Indians around here, and they also went up to Puente, through Carbon Canyon and all in there were the Gabrielinos. Here's what the ranch house looked like when Yorba Linda got a hold of it to build all these tract homes right here. And see the two fireplaces? Okay, and then it's fun to look at this map of the Bryant Mansion and the railroad tracks. See, above the railroad tracks was their big house. Santa Ana River. That's fun to look at. This is great. It's a map of the 91 freeway completed in 1960. So this is fun. This was a sand pit across the freeway. This is the ranch room. This came from my ranch. I had cattle with my husband up in Chino Hills. We had 500 head of Angus beef. And one little boy came in here one day and said, "Oh, what a great dinosaur." But it is a cow's head. And then dairy, that's a dairy hide. There were a lot of ranches around here. There was Travis, Debauchee, Venezuela, Neff, a lot of ranches in Yorba Linda. And they were poor here. They were ranchers, they had trees, avocados and that. And so, and here, this wall here, this is the 38 flood that was down in the Santa Ana bottom there. And Eddie Castro, that's him, he's still alive, he's 90. They lost their home. Eddie made a slingshot and they hunted. On his first day here, all the boys ran down to the river barefoot and they were looking for bullfrogs in the water. The bullfrogs would hear them and slowly sink down. Then they would pop up and they'd be ready with that slingshot. And they'd get them right back here and stun them. So he brought this, his parents, his mother, thought they were fish at first. He comes in the house with them all hung up on it like you do fish, and she didn't know what to do with them. So we have her recipe for bullfrog tacos. She almost fainted when she first saw it. So barbed wire is smooth barbed wire is for sheep. And then we have a saddle maker in Fullerton, Ron Gedog, called me one day and asked if I wanted the saddle. I said, oh, I'd love it. So he donated it to us here. This is a citrus ladder to pick fruit. That sign was up down at the end of La Palma, and the grandson, Ernest Bryant, donated it to us. Eddie's dad, everything they built, every road that had cement, they had to use wheelbarrows back in the day. And Eddie's dad is 1920, moving the wheelbarrow. Okay, they had almonds, walnuts, fish, bees. The ranch was really productive. They had smudge pots, and if you remember, if it got down below, I believe it was 32, then they would light these out there amongst the trees to keep the fruit from freezing. Marlene's gonna take you now.
The bathroom, the only bathroom they had in the old days, and like usual, the houses had only one, but it's a functioning bathroom. We still use it. And this equipment, there's the pharmacy over there. This is the doctor's equipment. It's just that we had a place to put it. Otherwise, this is a doorway, and Susanna's bedroom was the one that you were just in, and then this was a doorway into the bathroom. So that was nice for her. So this was Dr. Cochrane's doctoring equipment. This is an old picture of 1916 downtown, Yorba Linda. What the buildings looked like at that point. And this is what this looked like in the old days, and they did a pretty good job of matching the paint job on that, yeah. This tub is from a Fullerton hotel. It has the old claw feet on it. These are equipment for a dentist. The scissors, the pharmacy type thing. But that stuff would not have been there in the old days. Things for a barber. And then these signs of measles keep out, and chicken pox keep out. Back in the old days, if a child was ill, they could not allow the neighbors in or anything, so that just showed that. So this is various equipment that deals with the orange industry in Orange County. So those are the tops to the orange crates, and then various pictures behind the door here of the workers. These pictures in front are establishments and things like Polly's Pies and things of nowadays with the information behind it of what it was in the old days. Very special. It belonged to Joe Lyons, who was the first docent and who actually was the woman responsible for setting this place up. And because this is city owned, but she was the person who set it up. This belonged to her, and after she passed, her husband brought it over here and said that we should have it. It's a precious, really precious thing with, you know, the furniture in there, even little animals. Here's a little toy train. Various things in a dollhouse, which is so nice. And then we have some old toys in the corner over there. See this sign? Smokers and chewers will please spit on each other and not on the stove floor. These are spittoons. And that's when I remember my grandpa sitting in the rocker. He had a spittoon like that. So these are churches in the area. This is a quilt made by some members in one Methodist church. Beautiful thing. I had a couple of young gals who came and said they thought their grandma was a part of this, so we took it out and she found her name on it. They were so thrilled. They were in tears. They were so happy that their grandma's name was on that quilt. Nicely done. And these are desks from old. I had this type of desk when I went to a one-room schoolhouse back in Wisconsin. Books and pictures of students, that sort of thing. And these are yearbooks down here from high school. When the kids come on tours, they like to find their school. You learn that there was a sink in every room. Every bedroom had a sink. And so when somebody came in, you know, to wash up for dinner or something, didn't go just to the bedrooms. So that was handy. This sign was found at some entrance to the city, but I don't know if any of us know where exactly, but that looks like bullet holes in there, doesn't it? And population at that time was 7,500. This is called the mudroom. And so that being the back of the house, they come in here to wash up. And that's the wash machine where you put water in here. And this type of a thing is squished the clothes in there. This would not be in here. And then you put them through this wringer. And they go into the rinse water. Then you put them through another wringer. They go into the the basket. And then you hang them on the line. And the line it starts at the house and goes to the telephone pole, and then it goes to that tree over there, and then it goes back wherever. The line, and the clothespins are kept in here. Or in that one. I have one like that. But yeah, that was the old days. It was a lot of work for these moms to do all that. And back in the old days, they made their soap too. Lye soap it was called. I remember my mom and grandma making soap. And these were scrub boards. You just rub the clothes on these boards. Those are sock holders so that they don't shrink up too much. Pull them on when they're wet and they can dry on there. So this is, oh yeah, these irons. You can lift this to see what these poor dear little old ladies had to use for ironing. And they ironed everything in those days because everything was made out of cotton. And so what they would do is take one iron, have it on the stove and heat it up. As they're ironing, the other one is heating up on the stove. So when this got cool, they just switched irons again. And then over here we have the old-time vacuum cleaners and rug beaters, various keys, ice picks. This is the kitchen. One interesting feature in the kitchen is that telephone. That was you pick up the receiver and you're on a party line, which is like 5 or 6 people are on the same line. And so you had different, our signal was 1 long and 2 short. Other people might be 2 long and then they answer the phone. And if there's anything going on at your house, everybody's picking up the receiver on the line because they can get in right on the line. This is called a ricer, but it makes like mashed potatoes, except they turn out looking like rice. But yeah, put boiled potato in there and squish it through. This is to make for Parmesan cheese and grind it. So, and one thing I like is this for flour. Put the flour in there. It comes out here. Just put it in your bowl. And these two are toasters. I would think they put it on the sides, then flip it over, and then stand it in here and keep it warm. Huh? Wasn't that handy? This heavy-duty rock, heat it up, wrap it with a towel and put it in bed, keep your feet warm. And this is an iron for making ruffles. That refrigerator, 1927 refrigerator, and that's how small the ice container was. Just enough for ice cubes. Not much room in here, but still, they had something.